So here's a gross thing that I noticed the other day when I was editing.
Oh, I love to hear stories about gross things.
Show.
Tell me more.
So, as you know, as a producer, you know these things. So in editing the show, you used Audacity.
I did. I had the audacity to use Audacity, yes.
Audition.
Anyway.
Oh, dig there.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Just real subtle. I slid it in there. You could have just kept going.
I use Audition.
Yeah.
And there's a setting. So usually, get rid of like the background noise and make everything just sound normal. I mean, it already does, but whatever.
Yeah.
There's a setting on here, and there's a mix option, and it's dry and wet.
There's so many times you hear about ingredients and recipes that are dry and wet. It doesn't strike me in the same way that it has just now.
Nope. Disgusting.
Yeah, it's a real problem. Adventures in editing.
Welcome to Bitter Coffee. My name is Kelly Coffee.
And I am Darek Fanton. Yay!
How are you, Darek?
I'm good. I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here.
Same.
Once again with you recording in the beautiful Bitter Coffee studios. Makes me so happy to turn the on-air sign every time I sit down at the mic.
I'm not crying. I have something in my eye.
Kelly is digging into her eyeball
What?
pretty
Maybe
aggressively.
I am emotional. I don't know. Maybe I'm just I'm in the studio with you. You know what I mean? It's like a moment.
If there's not a couple tears, what is a recording of Bitter Coffee?
Right?
Honestly, it doesn't come through as readily.
Ooh, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. Update on Derek's life that I have not shared with you yet this morning. Signed a contract on a house today.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's the house up the street that's for sale, right?
You did text me and ask if we wanted to move in up the street. You didn't have a lot of details, but you were like, it's going to be available. Please come live here.
Yeah, that's all I knew.
And you were like, why am I being asked follow-up questions? Just buy the damn house.
Look, here you go. Here's some information.
I
Go
heard you
figure
need a
it
house.
out.
Here's one. What the fuck are we waiting for?
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, sadly, no, it is not that house.
Okay.
It is a different house. But yes, so we signed that contract today. Here's the thing about buying a house, that if you have bought a house, you know this. If you've not bought a house, you don't necessarily. And we didn't really. There's a lot between, like, we have agreed to buy your home and we have bought your home. There's so much between those two steps that it's disturbing. And there's like you have a moment of, we have a contract. Yay. And then immediately it's like, and all of these things have to go right between now and whatever the closing date is. And then we'll have a house. Our agent even texted us. It was like, the contract's signed, but we don't say congratulations until the closing.
Oh my God.
So we're cautiously excited.
Okay.
It's a beautiful place. We're really happy with it. But that's the news in my life.
What town are you going to be living
Still
in?
Milton.
Okay.
Stay in
locale.
town. Yeah. Gwen is really stoked on her daycare, and we really like it
Good.
there, and she really likes it there, and so we wanted to set up shop there. So we'll see.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't all end in tears, and we end up back.
Then it's not
at the
home.
beginning.
It's not purchasing a home if there's no tears.
There are no tears. It's certainly not
Forget
a real
it.
estate transaction. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm fine. I had a funny little thing happen.
Oh, no kidding. You? Tell me more.
No, you know what? I don't even care. Forget it. It's not even. It's just not even worth talking about. So I will say this, that I thought, like I normally do. I'm like, well, okay, here's my inevitable death.
The next one. Here's the next opportunity for my death.
One in a series.
Yeah.
So I had texted my wife and I said, hey, I'm not feeling so great. And then proceeded to just, put the phone down and just went and took a shower. And I didn't realize that, she's probably sending some follow-up texts. So,
hey, I'm not feeling so good. And then just nothing
and
for 40
me.
minutes.
Like if my phone is near me, like I am on it.
Right.
I don't hesitate to respond.
Right.
So I think the not responding.
Hey, I'm feeling like I might be dying. All right. Anyway, and then just no response for.
I'm gonna get in my car and drive around. But
I was thinking about sitting in a tree for the next hour where no one has ever seen me before. While you panic. Is that cool?
Maybe go to a park in a neighboring town and not tell anyone.
Right, exactly.
Not bring my phone. So
are you doing okay now?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
Good.
And yeah, that's really. I know that there's more to the story.
No, I think you got to the crux of the story. You cut right to the quick there.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Where you were telling your wife that you were maybe dying, and
I
then
followed
gone.
up and I told her I was fine. And
I was going to say, do we need to pull her in here and let her know you're okay?
No, we've connected.
Good.
And then of course, instead of, like I reached out to my healthcare provider.
Sure. Good.
And it was fine. But then I'm not going to say that I don't believe them because, it's the people at the desk and they know what they're doing.
Sure. I
called Margot and I was like, okay, let me just run down.
I need a second opinion.
My symptoms.
Yep.
And then we quickly, I'd say within 30 seconds, realized that I wasn't dying.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
You found a really good friend when like a potential heart attack quickly pivots to a conversation about Fred Armisen. Right? Like these are the people, and I swear I'm not being sarcastic.
No,
these are the people I need in my village.
Exactly. That is the community you want to build.
Absolutely.
100% is like, how do we've established I'm not dying. How do we get beyond this? Where do we go from here? It's literally anywhere. Fred Armisen, great option.
Yeah.
Great option.
And like I think there were several steps to get there,
right.
but it all felt very fluid, very natural.
6 degrees of Fred Armisen.
Exactly. So, when Michelle got home from work and, I was still alive, which she was really happy to see.
Always a plus. Yeah. I need this podcast, Kelly. Please stay with us. Okay. I need this every couple of weeks just to take a quick break and refocus and regroup.
Check in with the most unfocused person you might know.
Listen, I'm not saying it's an Excel by comparison situation, but what I am saying is that I really enjoy sitting across this table with you and spitting silly. So
same.
Yeah.
Do you smell fire?
I was going to mention that, I walked into your apartment and I was like, ooh, some incense. And you mentioned that there was some Nak Champa happening.
Oh, that's what it is.
I think
right.
that's probably residual Champa.
Okay.
If I'm not.
All right.
Yeah, if I'm not being too bold.
It's the Champa hangover.
Yes.
I'll say.
Exactly. All been there.
So, medically, been a bit of a questionable week.
Sure.
A little bit.
Yep.
Earlier in the week, I accidentally took... forgot my dog's name. Super. I accidentally took Poppy's flea and tick medication.
Oh God. Oh God. So, all right. So the roller coaster that I just went on as you were getting ready to tell me about this, we have not talked about this before. So you were like, I took, and I immediately went, this is a medical situation. You took something you shouldn't have taken. Then you said Poppy. And I was like, oh, I was wrong. You took the dog's, collar or toy or wherever you were headed. And then it circled right back around. His identity. Right. Went to PetSmart and really rang up a bill.
Yep.
No, but then you got back to, you actually did take a medication that you shouldn't have.
I did.
So what are the...
Not related.
Yeah. Right.
Not related.
Okay.
At all.
Okay. Not related to the medical issue. This was a separate pharmaceutical situation. So what is this? What are the stages of, one, recognizing that you've done that, and then two, reacting to it?
Great question.
Okay, I'm very interested.
So I put his pill on the counter because, as our listeners know, Poppy he's very specific.
Yes.
And it's like living with Liza Minnelli.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama and divaism, if I may.
A lot.
Yeah.
So when he was younger, he would just, take a pill. Here, eat this. Okay.
Nice.
Just like us in our youth.
Right.
Right?
Well.
Here, take this. All right.
Sure.
Why not?
What's it going to do?
What's the worst
we'll
that
find
can
out.
happen?
Yeah.
And now, I have to hide it in food
right.
and stuff. So I put his pill on the counter And then I turned around to get my tea.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had my medication for humans.
My human pills.
My human pills.
The pills that make me human and keep me human.
And I guess I just grabbed them both.
Got it.
Because when I turned around, my pill was gone.
Sure.
It was
As
off the
expected.
counter, as expected.
Right.
And so was Poppy's.
Got it.
So
he looked at you, you looked at him. There was an awkward moment. You got another pill, and then you were like, what now?
So then when I had to take Poppy to the vet, again, unrelated.
Okay.
And I said, hey, can I order more heartworm and flea medication? And the woman said, well, you have 2 months left. And all I said was, yeah, there was an incident. I didn't want to get into it. So she quickly just, gave me 6 months of each.
That shit's really setting me up nice, and
Yeah.
I need
But here's the thing.
my pills.
Not a single tick on me. Nary a flea.
Great news.
So
Great news.
I think it worked out well for everybody. Poppy and I are both now free of fleas and ticks.
Leave a 5-star review on that mail order vet medication website.
You assume that I already have it. I sometimes have a lot of time to fill during the day. So
Effective for
got it
pets
off my
and their owners.
So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Good.
And I think a couple of weeks ago I went to take regular Tylenol and I took Tylenol PM.
Oh, I've been there.
Which doesn't really make me very, I should just not have any pills in the house. What I should do is have somebody come in either daily or weekly or
Sure,
whatever
yeah.
and administer my medication.
Little paper cup, little cup of water.
Or
Here you
in
go.
a liquid form.
Sure.
And then that's it for the week.
Right.
I'll
see you on Tuesday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. Call me if you have any other.
I'm under
heart
very
issues.
specific hospice care. They're only here for 9 minutes once a week.
And
I take 4 pills, 3 liquids.
And then they're on their way.
And they're on their way.
I'm either the easiest hospice patient or the most difficult. I don't know.
I gotta go give Kelly her pills.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to trouble Michelle with all of this stuff.
Sure,
hey, I think I took the dog's medication again, or whatever.
Again is the key.
She's fighting her own battles.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. I caught quick wind of this in terms of your pest control situation.
Yeah. So
or pest out of control situation, I guess is
that's
more
what's
accurate.
going on.
Yeah. Tell me more about what Michelle's been dealing with.
Well, this year, Michelle has decided that she no longer has a tolerance for squirrels.
Okay. Ultimately, we all reach our squirrel saturation level.
She's there.
Okay, well.
So I just want to quickly reflect on last summer
Uh-huh.
when she would see the occasional really kind of banged up squirrel in the backyard with a furless tail and maybe an eye sort of hanging out and a limp, with one paw that worked trying to climb up a tree.
Oh, God. Just listening to Sarah McLachlan on his little tiny squirrel headset.
Exactly.
In the arms of the
Exactly.
angels. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I created this area of the backyard that I kind of just labeled Michelle Pilardi's squirrel refuge and backyard rodent sanctuary.
Excellent. Excellent. We all need a space to practice our hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And she would sometimes take these wounded animals to the vet.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes she would trap them in a have a heart trap so she could look at them and then set them free without administering any medical care.
Got it.
Because
she just created a very short-term, very small zoo.
She just wanted to see, what's going on?
What's your deal, squirrel?
So,
what are you? TikTok people out there. What are you? I don't check his vibe. Bad vibes.
See, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about TikTok in a little bit.
All
but
right.
keep telling me about Michelle's squirrel adventures.
I felt this is where she is in her life. Just she's a squirrel whisperer. And every once in a while, she would mention, I don't, what? There's a squirrel out there. I haven't seen them in a couple of days. I'm like, maybe we could like paint their tails. So she can
Is there a
them.
tagging program?
Right?
I mean, the paint seems like an obvious choice given her career.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
And then a few weeks ago, somebody from the city showed up at the door, which is always alarming.
That's always an adventure.
Given that I'm always yelling at somebody.
what mess have I got myself into now?
And she showed up and she's like, "Hi, I'm gonna put this cage in your backyard." Like, what? What are you doing? Right? I said, "Well,
Pardon
can I
me?
ask what for?" We're just, we're tracking wildlife. I said, "Oh, okay. Do we have any say?" And she was like, "Yeah,
Oh,
yeah." I spoke to, and she like whipped out a clipboard.
Okay.
Spoke to Michelle Pilardi on June whatever, and I was like, "Okay, is this for the squirrels?" So
Got it.
but now this year,
Yep.
she has she's switched things up a little bit. She will still, look out for the wounded squirrels.
Of course, sure.
She will still get involved with the city when they're trying to track wildlife.
She's in that email group apparently.
Yeah, she's on a list.
She's on that
somewhere.
text thread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Good.
But there's I guess a bunch of squirrels that have gone rogue in our yard. And there's some kind of like black walnut tree. The story's taking far too long.
I was gonna say when squirrels get out of line, that's really when you got to worry.
Mm-hmm. Well, they are.
Okay.
They're knocking these black walnuts that look like limes.
They do look like limes. I saw them and thought that's what they were.
And they smell like limes.
Weird.
They're essentially limes. So
Nut-filled limes.
So they're knocking the limes out of the not lime tree. And then they
They probably taste like green apple, just to be clear.
I don't know, probably. We're going to find out because I brought snacks.
Oh, fantastic.
So Michelle has a habit now of battling the squirrels.
Okay.
Because they will like sit on her fence.
I see the tides have turned.
So she will collect a bunch of these black walnuts.
Okay.
And not throw them at the squirrels.
No.
Because she's not a monster.
Sure.
She will throw them in the general direction. Like, I'm
Toward the
warning
squirrels.
you.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not going so well.
You better
'Cause the
walnut
squirrels
climb on that fence one more time, or I'm gonna.
They're
yeah.
multiplying.
Oh God.
Yeah, they're like, hey,
gosh.
come see this crazy lady.
They're bringing their friends. They're like,
Come check it out.
y'all have been over on Hood?
Right.
It is wild over there.
What is that story?
It's like an obstacle course. You can go over and they'll throw things at you. It's like a color run, but with lime-looking walnuts.
That's exactly what it is.
Squirrel color run.
And Michelle has a habit of either being like, a fierce advocate or
A fierce adversary.
yes.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, she was walking our dog Molly, R.I.P. Molly
Rest
James.
in peace, Molly. We miss you.
And she saw a hawk grab a rabbit
Oh my gosh.
from the wilderness.
Not from like a backyard.
No.
Or a
no,
small
she was
child.
like out on some trail.
Wow. Okay.
And in response,
Uh-huh.
she grabbed a handful of rocks
Okay.
and started throwing them at the hawk.
So she has experience, is what you're saying. in
But here's
terms
the
of
thing. The hawk dropped the rabbit.
there you go.
She got the rabbit,
Okay.
brought the rabbit home in a cage,
Wow.
and then called the vet
Uh-huh.
and said, what do we do with this rabbit?
Yeah.
And the vet said, take it back.
You put it back in the wilderness,
So
from whence it came.
She nursed it back to health for about 8.5 minutes and then released it back into its natural
Gave him a glass of water and
habitat.
sent him on its way.
Yeah. So there's a pretty big beef going on with the squirrels.
Yeah.
There's one going on with bees.
Yes. Yeah.
Where we had a hive and then it went away and then it came back and I came home one day and Michelle, who has a fairly severe bee allergy,
Okay.
and bees are swarming her as she's like putting this like expanding foam.
Oh, sealing up. Yeah, sealing up
Yeah.
the
And they're swarming.
gosh.
And I said to her, and I don't even know if this is really true. I said, the thing with hornets, and I don't think I've ever said that before in my life.
The thing with hornets is
Funny thing about wasps.
that's the show title. Funny
so-
thing about wasps.
When you kill one, evidently like their family it's like a Fast and Furious kind of thing. Like they will come after you.
Back to Fast and Furious.
Yep. They will come after you.
I don't need a hive. I got family.
So they will come and find her.
They'll seek her out as a result of her murderous ways.
But here's the thing. I don't even know if that's actually true. No. I think this is like one of those things like you can't go swimming until 30 minutes after you eat. Right. I think it's just a lie.
A lie told to make people stop doing things that other people don't want them to do.
A lie created by hornets in order to make themselves feel like a little bit more dangerous. Well, you know what we do, don't you? We warn you.
It's like a really disorganized, ineffective mafia.
Yes.
Where they're like, we'll come for your family. I mean, we won't. We won't really. But like, it's something we say. It's part of our brand. You know, you have to understand. It's what we say. We probably won't do it. But
can you see like one wasp like reasoning with Michelle out in the backyard? Look, I said that we were going to come for you. We're not coming for you. And now you've expanded, foamed our hive shut, and like. Now, I don't know where to go.
And in the interest of stick versus carrot here, I extend to you, can you just stop? Can you please just stop? We threatened you. You called us on it. You got us. We bluffed. Can you please stop filling our homes with foam? This isn't the Jersey Shore. Right. We are not interested. Please, we're begging you.
The takeaway message is, you're going to come into our backyard. Prepare to throw down.
Prepare.
You're going to throw hands.
To throw hands. Yep. At some critter in the backyard.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's been my week.
Just dealing with the outside. That's why the inside's so great. Mm-hmm. Being inside and just not having to deal with pests. Yep. That's the best part. Mm-hmm. So. Last episode, by the way, it's been great being back on the show. I'm really enjoying it. It's a ton of fun.
So happy having you back.
It's I look forward to it every time we're sitting here. So last time, it's 2 weeks, we talked about one Mr. Tim Chang and the fact that he was going to be up and we were going to go to a show and that he should be on the show.
Are you telling me that he's not going to be on the show?
So here's the thing about...
Jesus.
Right now is that nothing is safe. Nothing that is scheduled is safe due to the Pandy Dandy. And so we are not going to the show that is no longer happening at Higher Ground in October. Okay. So Mr. Chang will not be joining us on the show in person.
Interesting.
However,
I'm listening.
Also, last week, we talked about the fact that wouldn't it be fun if Tim had his own little segment on the show, like the Chang Report, where we would just check in with Tim, see what he's up to, and he could have a little guest spot. Mm-hmm. Well, in true Tim Chang fashion, he did not disappoint. Earlier this week, I was sent a 5-minute audio clip.
May God bless the day he was born.
I don't think anyone would argue that. Anyone who's met Tim. I have in my possession a 5-minute audio clip of that Tim sent me that I have not listened to. That he, we're gonna Mystery Science Theater 3000 this thing, and we're gonna play it. We have new technology that you have enabled for us. You went through the struggle of going to a Best Buy to pick up a cable to interface the phone with the mixer, and I want to commend you on that.
The word labyrinth comes to mind.
It's a labyrinthine experience to go to a Best Buy. Then we had to get the cable open. Which, I don't know if you can hear this, listeners. This is the shredded box that the cable came in.
It's 2 people, 2 attempts. And you know what helped to open it? Anger.
Kelly was angry and was trying, and you loosened it, as they say. And so she eventually just gave up and handed it to me, and I thought, I'm going to do it easily. No, I had to also rip it open.
Yep.
So anyway,
rage.
Hopefully this works, but we now have...
You're welcome, Tim.
Tim, I knew you would appreciate the fact that Kelly went to a Best Buy to make this happen. But I'm going to play this. We're going to see what it is.
All right, let's do it.
I'm very excited to introduce to all of you the very first Chang Report. Take it away, Tim. Nope, don't. Because it didn't work. Hang on, see? Just like I said. Holy crap. Okay, we're going to try again. Technology, this is new for everyone. You're here with us.
This is a learning curve.
It's a learning experience for the entire Bitter Coffee staff.
People are probably going to say, well, where were you?
So,
there he is. Ready? People are going to say, where were you when the things all went to crap on the Bitter Coffee?
Right before the first Chang Report.
This is definitely our first technical difficulties that we've had.
Yeah, we've everything else up until this point.
Batting 1,000.
Seamless.
Seamless. All right, here we go, Tim. Save us from ourselves.
I live in the city of Boston, and as a resident of the city of Boston, like many other residents of the city of Boston who are not of particular opulence, I have to park on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
boy.
As a street parker, my other fellow street parkers all sort of have this kind of unsaid agreement about who parks where. It just kind of is the way it goes, right? You want to try and park in front of your house.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a Boston thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Very clearly a Boston thing. Yeah.
Now, I know somebody who, I hate her. She's horrible. But she, I love you, Tim. She lived in Boston, and they had like broomsticks and garbage cans during a blizzard because they dug out their spot.
That was a whole thing a couple years ago. I remember there were like news reports of people putting stuff in spaces, and then it was like there in the spring, and they had to deal with it all because, it's bad news. Yeah, absolutely.
Apartment or whatever. And everybody kind of gets a feeling of who parks where and knows, who drives what car, because you see these people all the time. And I happen to live at a four-way intersection, so I see everybody coming and going.
Just seeing Tim greeting people as they pass on the street.
There's no
Judging
assigned
them.
spots or anything like
100%.
that. Everybody's pretty fluid, unless it's the wintertime. In the wintertime, it's gloves are off, and I will threaten your life physically if you park in this spot that I have shoveled out. And yes, I'm aware that there's a lawn chair in it. And yes, I'm aware that lawn chair is protecting my spot. And if you touch my lawn chair, you will find it inside of you. Anyway, the reason I'm mentioning all of this is because I came home the other day, and there was a car that I didn't recognize parked in the spot that I usually park in, out in front of my apartment, which is fine.
Out-of-state plates?
Whatever. So I was rolling up behind them to park behind them, and it was a car I didn't recognize, and this car had a lot of bumper stickers on it. And I'm always interested to see what people want to put on their car as a bumper sticker, particularly when it's one that isn't going to age very well. But, I'm interested to see what people want to put on the billboard ass of their car, I guess. And as I
Hashtag billboard ass.
this one, there was one that caught my eye. And it read as such. So it's a white bumper sticker. It's got black text on it. And it reads, I stop. And I just want to clarify here that this was a stop as in a picture of a stop sign with the word stop on it.
Okay. Got it.
So that we are clear, this is a vehicular stop. We're not talking about a boat stoppage, perhaps a gondola.
That was my next question.
Right. What's stopping?
American traffic law.
Is it a pontoon stop?
And it says, I stop, red stop sign for white canes and dog guides.
What?
And it just sort of turned my brain off for a second. And listen, to quote the comedian Bob Marley, I'm not trying to be a dink here, but
Tim said it turned his brain off. Real quick note, Kelly and I, on white canes, we tilted our heads at the exact same time and angle. Like a dog would hearing a weird noise. We were both like, what? So agreed on the turning the brains off. I think that happened in the studio here.
Mine's still not back on.
Yeah, I haven't spun back up yet. There's inertia, but here we go. Okay.
Do we need a bumper sticker? And if you think about the things that are on bumper stickers, right? Sometimes it's, protect the arts, or whoever you voted for, or vote maybe possibly on question 2.
Yeah.
Do we really need a bumper sticker that says, hey, just so you guys know, when I see someone who is visually impaired, with or without a dog guide, which I'm going to get to in a second, because I'm not sure I really understand dog guide, but whatever. If you see someone with a white cane, vision impaired, and you're in your car and it's moving, and they're in the street, you should probably stop. I'm just saying that's what I would do. If you could see on the sticker on the back here, I stop for those people, and maybe you should too. I feel as though there
Think
should
about
be
it.
just a general understanding in society that if you see someone with a white cane, you shouldn't need to think, oh, I swear I saw a bumper sticker that said this at one point.
What did it say?
I think it was put the pedal to the floor and see if you can beat them. They'll hear you coming, so why stop?
Beep your horn.
Yeah, and also dog guides. I mean, I get it. It's a guide who is a dog, but I've generally seen it written as guide dogs.
Right. Yeah. Same.
So to
Dog
stop
guides.
for a dog guide, I'm not sure if I'm looking for a dog or a person guiding a dog or what. Anyway, it's beside the point. Can I just level set here and say to all the bitter coffeeers out there, coffeeists, bitter coffeeans, whatever you prefer, whatever your preferred nomenclature is.
Name yourselves out
If
there,
you see
folks.
someone with a white cane and or a dog guide, I guess, and they're in the street, let's stop. Let's take a lesson from the brilliant mind that put this on the back of their car so that we would all know to stop. For white canes and dog
guides.
Thank you for your time.
Tim Chang, everybody. Hey. Tim Chang with the inaugural Chang Report here on Bitter Coffee.
Fantastic.
I'm crying. Dog guides. Pardon me, sir. Are you a dog guide? Is that your role? Do you use the cane to help guide the dog? Is that what you're doing? I know he's in front of you, but I'm just curious. Is that what it... No, I'm blind. Oh, sorry. Didn't realize, because I would call that a guide dog, not a dog guide. Wow, Tim.
See, I picture more of like a bunch of dogs on vacation in a city somewhere.
If you look to the left, you'll see a beautiful pile of garbage that we once rummaged through as a group.
That's what I see.
To the right side, you'll see a groomer's location. From what I understand, they cut the quick a little tight. So watch out for them if you're looking to make an
and
appointment.
all the dogs go, ooh.
One's camera clicks.
And they're on a bus.
Yeah, they're on a bus. Exactly. I'm seeing double-decker dog tour bus.
With like roof, like there's no roof.
Right, but it's
and their fur is blowing in the wind.
Ears blowing in the wind.
A lot of dog sunglasses.
Doggles.
Yep.
Lots of doggy goggles.
A lot of
on
doggles.
the top deck. They hand them out. If you go up the stairs into the top deck, they hand you a set of doggles. Woo, Tim.
Wow.
So we had talked about making. So Tim mentioned that.
Can I just say that was absolutely fantastic?
That was spectacular. That was everything.
We can just stop the show.
So here's the danger
Shut
of
it all
this.
Down.
Is anybody gonna listen to us anymore if we keep having Tim on? Because everybody's
they're
just
not.
gonna be like clicking forward 30 seconds until they get to the Chang Report.
Yep.
We talked about making it Tim's Tots and Other Thoughts.
Well, actually,
that was Tim's suggestion.
Can I get an echo on here?
Oh,
because there's a certain way that I think we should intro the show.
I don't know. Can we? I don't. It's been so long since we've
I think
done anything like that. Does any of this do anything?
No,
It's like
I think
one of these.
It's that one.
What did that do? Let's see. Did that do
There's
anything?
one I don't like.
Well, there's a bunch of those.
There's a million things.
Yeah. No, I don't know where the echo lives. That's
Where
weird.
does the echo live?
I don't know, but you're right. I know exactly where you're headed with this.
Here.
Wait, hang on. I think I need to turn the effects up, perhaps.
All right. Try.
Does that do anything?
That?
Does that do anything?
No.
Does that do anything?
Maybe turn that button off.
Okay, we'll turn that. Oh.
There we go. I'm a producer, you know.
Good work. Is that good? How do you like? You want a little tighter echo?
I want a tighter echo.
How about now?
That's perfect.
Okay.
Ooh, God.
Too much
Too
reverb?
much. Ooh. Oh, no. Ooh,
There we
that
go.
one I
Now we're
like.
in the cave.
Okay. So I think Tim's show, love the title,
Yeah.
Tim's Thoughts and Tater Tots. But it has to be Tim's Thoughts and Tater Tots. Right? 'Cause he's from Boston. Right?
Tim's Twats and
Tater
other thoughts. Tim's thoughts and tater tots. That's important. It's important to have that accent in there. I like it.
to.
No, I like that a lot.
Whoa,
now we're back in the room.
Woo! Did like a weird thing to my ears for a second.
So Tim let me know that he couldn't get the tot situation going this week, so it's just the Chang Report. Maybe we go forward with that. Maybe we don't. But Tim, thank you for taking the time. And I think I can speak for both of us. We'd love to have that be a regular segment on the show.
Oh my God, yeah.
And if you enjoyed it out there, let Tim know when this episode goes up. We'd love to hear shout outs to Tim on social media and reach out to him if you know him directly.
The fact that it's taken so long for us to reach this point.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
I know, I agree. Both that Tim is potentially a regular part of the show, but also that we can plug a phone into the mixer.
Right.
Well, I remember talking about that with you when we started the show.
We called your mom.
Yeah, and we held things up to the mic. We've been doing it all along, holding things up to the mics and all that nonsense. It took a tiny little cable and one that I already had, and boom, we're good to go.
Back in the old studio.
Yep.
Do you remember the 400-foot phone cord?
Yes, the call-in solution in air quotes.
And there was a small machine.
Yes.
That we had to connect to the phone.
Yes, there was a little box when you used to steal pay-per-view cable package things.
And you had gaffers taped everywhere to make sure everything was neat and tidy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now it's just one patch cord.
Oh, it's a $6 cord.
Yep.
Oh,
Turns out.
All right.
Turns out that's all it takes. Who knew?
Ooh. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. We appreciate you and everything you stand for. May God bless the day you were born.
Seriously. What else is going on?
So I don't know how we're supposed to follow that, honestly. I had a couple other things that have come up this week. I've heard a couple of people give shout outs to our sponsors, to the fact that we have sponsors on the show, and they're very interested in that. And I want to point out to anyone out there that the sponsors on our show don't actually give us anything in return for their appearance on the show.
Yeah.
These are just organizations that we appreciate and that we like.
Yep.
And so everyone's like, well, you got a podcast and you got sponsors. I'm like, well, no, we don't. Not in the traditional sense.
It's a non-traditional sponsor.
Right. It's a non-sponsored sponsorship.
Yeah.
It's like an out-of-town, in-town open kind of thing.
And I plan on keeping it that way.
I totally agree with you. The other thing I wanted to mention, this came up at work. We... As a tech company with a bunch of people in an office building, really any office building, we run on snacks at our particular location, and we had a very deep conversation about dark chocolate.
Oh boy!
And I felt like you might have opinions about dark chocolate. Do you? Do you?
It's weird. 'Cause I'm usually so neutral on everything.
You usually sit back in these conversations.
I just go with the flow, and I agree with everyone.
Very accommodating and open to changing your mind.
Sure.
My question for the group at the time was at what age do you stop hating dark chocolate? And I got immediate pushback of the idea that well, I've always liked dark chocolate. And I said, well, that must mean you're weird.
And they get kind of puffed up. They're like, I've always liked
the dark chocolate people are not, I wouldn't say as extreme, but I would say in the same region as the I don't watch TV people. I think that they're you do this thing that almost everybody does. And then I don't, or I do it differently. So I only eat dark chocolate, or I love black licorice.
Oh my God, you read my mind.
There was also black licorice amongst the snacks that were available to us this last week. And
is there a correlation?
It's interesting because going even further into this conversation that we had at work, they're like, your podcast is called Bitter Coffee. And one of the elements of both black licorice and dark chocolate is an inherent bitterness. And
you were at work having this conversation?
Yeah, so, work is a fluid environment. We're in marketing, and creativity and spontaneous conversation are really key to our work. So we were at this. We had our company party last week, and so we had a bunch of leftovers in the cafeteria.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, we had a poker-themed company party. It was cool. And so... I laughed at that before I got it full disclosure, I was like, why was, poke her. Got it. Yeah, so it was interesting to me that like there was overlap. The people who liked black licorice and the people who liked dark chocolate.
No, they were separated from everybody else. Yes. And then the milk chocolate, cherry licorice people. And was there like a dance off, like a Sharks and Jets kind of thing, where like opposite ends of the gym?
Everybody just started snapping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was choreography.
I had no idea all those people could dance like that. We immediately sequestered everybody who lacked. Well, so here's the other thing. It's also cultural, because in at least the Netherlands, which, you know, our company has an office in the Netherlands. We have Dutch folks who work at the organization, and that's licorice there just means black licorice. Like that's everything else is something different. Like they eat a lot of black licorice. And I mean, listen, I'm not here to stand on a black licorice soapbox, but I would rather eat the soapbox than the black licorice.
Yeah.
And it is awful.
Same.
Yeah. So I don't know if dark chocolate strikes you.
I would rather eat the soap in the soapbox.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And then the soapbox. And then
set myself on fire before eating the black licorice. Yeah, the dark chocolate thing, I remember very distinctly the first time I had dark chocolate and enjoyed it. And I was like 32.
Okay.
And before that, my dad always had dark chocolate. I never understood it. I never understood why in the assortment of chocolates in our home, there was always a special dark from Hershey's or something like that.
Okay.
I now understand it was because no one else would eat it.
Oh.
Similar to like you buy a particular kind, like you buy a bag of hazelnuts because no one else in your house likes hazelnut.
Or like those tiny Mr. Good bars.
Yes,
that are usually lying right there in the bowl
left
with the special darks.
Right. So you just pick something that you enjoy that no one else does, and then it's always available to you. So I suppose there's an advantage there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It struck me as interesting that there was crossover between black licorice people and dark chocolate people. I'm very interested to hear from the viewers, like people watch us.
Yeah, because we're on a show now.
We're on a show now. You can watch us on YouTube. There's just no video. It's just an audio with our logo. So I'm interested to hear if there are black licorice, dark chocolate people, and if you like one, do you like the other?
Yeah.
Curious. Anyway, that was the only other thing I had.
And if you do like both of those, stop it.
Quit it.
Yeah.
Stop being so weird.
It's gross.
Yuck. Like normal stuff.
Gross. I think when I was like a child, my grandmother.
So now, you're like a child?
Now, yeah. When I was a child, and I would, sit around and eat candy with my grandmother.
That's adorable.
She would try and convince me that circus peanuts were good. And I mean, her campaign lasted like 12 years.
No, the elderly candy propagandists are
my God.
Rampant. Yeah. Uh-huh.
There was circus peanuts.
Yep.
And then Mary Jane's.
Mary
Do you remember
Jane's.
these?
Yes, the honey-based candy, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I had braces, and I was like, I don't think I should have these.
Was ribbon candy around quite a bit?
Yes.
Especially during the holidays?
Yes.
Yep. That was my grandmother's
ribbon
big
candy.
pushing the ribbon candy.
How it was shipped from wherever it came from to like landing on the table at Christmas, it all tasted like cinnamon and dentist office.
Correct.
It was gross.
Yes. Yep.
But how did it arrive? Given the miles that ribbon candy traveled, how did it arrive in one piece?
Make planes out of whatever ribbon candy is shipped in, because we would all be safer. Cars, everything. Like, please.
Everything.
Clearly very well protected.
I don't know how it happened. And there was like a tiny corner. Like, it was like a big thing. Like it wasn't perfect.
Wasn't perfect. You didn't get the whole ribbon.
Let's not ruin Jesus' birthday.
I wonder if ribbon candy resonates with other people, or if that's just a you and me thing. I don't know. We'll find out.
Because the colors looked, this one's going to taste like watermelon.
It looked great.
No, it's not.
Yeah. It's going to taste like cinnamon and dentist office.
Yeah. It's gross.
What does a dentist office taste like exactly? Ribbon candy.
Yes.
That's what.
My God. Do we need to hold your hand through everything? What other candies did she force on me? So she forced candies on me, I think. Mm-hmm. And then she would kind of judge me if I didn't like it. What do you mean you don't like it? I don't like it. There's liking it.
Right.
Which is over here.
It's like the opposite of how you feel about it.
And then the not liking, which is where I am.
I'm currently located.
Yeah, and then I can't believe that.
Did you have the liquid-filled strawberry candies? The ones that are wrapped like they're strawberries?
Oh,
talking
see,
about?
those I like.
Yeah, those are good.
They will cut the shit out of the roof of your mouth, though.
They are the Captain Crunch of candy.
Absolutely.
They really are. Yeah.
When I had braces, there was a lot of candy that was kind of off limits to
Sure.
me, so I would just use that as my excuse.
I had a Laffy Taffy for the first time in probably 15 to 20 years. Just this week, again,
Really?
leftovers from the party.
It's been, what an exciting
know.
week for both of us.
Really had a lot going on, as it turns out. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, I remember these as a kid and remember thinking these are too sticky. It's taffy, so obviously.
Yeah, it's
But
not Laffy.
Yeah, I'm getting no humor from this whatsoever. Only cherry flavor and stickiness.
And you spelled Laffy wrong.
right.
So.
2 Fs. But yeah, I really liked it. Laffy Taffy was one of those things I ate a lot of as a kid and hadn't had one in forever, and it was delicious.
Interesting.
I immediately wanted more Laffy Taffy.
Are you going to revisit that? Are you going to be like, is it going to be like added to your grocery list?
I might. If I see a Laffy
Loading
Taffy.
up the Instacart.
I will say that it's tarnished by there's a song called Laffy Taffy that it's like a rap song.
Oh.
It's probably about butts. I don't know for sure.
Yeah,
but
it sounds like it's sex-based.
that Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy. That's the song.
No, we don't need to.
It's not great. I'm not going to use the phone plugged in to play Laffy Taffy.
It's
I'm not
funny
gonna
that you
kick
should
it off.
mention songs
Okay.
because you know how my brain works.
I do.
Sometimes
That's why
I
we have
just-
a podcast, Kelly.
Exactly. It's the exact reason why I
Yeah,
have a
it is
podcast.
100%.
So for some reason, I was trying to see if. So when I uploaded the last episode,
Yep.
for some reason, I get a text message from somebody whenever I upload an episode.
Oh.
And you know what the text message says?
What?
Well, it's not on Spotify yet.
Right as you're uploading it.
So my question
like-
is, how do you know it's not? How do you know I've uploaded it if
Right.
you're not listening to it on more than one platform?
Right. So you've seen it somewhere.
You know that it
You
exists.
can listen to it since you've seen it somewhere, but
Yeah.
you refuse.
Listen to
You're
it
like,
there.
Only Spotify.
It's not on
for me.
Spotify.
It's not Spotify.
And this has been going on for quite some time.
Are
So-
they trying to be helpful? Or are
I
they just-
think that's the goal, but
not the
it's-
result.
So what I did was I meant to search Spotify
Yeah.
for bitter coffee.
Sure. Mhm.
And I hit, I guess, like a wrong letter or something.
Okay.
There's a song
Oh boy.
called Bitter Coffee Eyes.
Okay.
And
Is it a parody of Betty Davis Eyes?
no, I wish
okay.
that's what I was hoping.
That's too bad.
And now I can't. Oh wait, I'm in my library. I don't know why it's not added to my library.
By the way, I am incapable of spelling coffee correctly because of this show.
Okay.
I can't spell coffee
Sorry.
the correct way. And by the way, the correct way is the way you spell your name. That's how I
Yes,
feel
it
about
is.
That's the correct way. I can't spell it the way of the beverage, which is, I think.
Well, you know, here's the thing. That spelling has had its time in the sun.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
They've had their run.
I think, by the way, the way of the beverage is my martial art. My personal martial art is the way of the beverage. So, I'm seeing Bitter Coffee Cowboy.
Okay.
Was that it?
If they get rid of this song, I'm going to be heartbroken
I do not see. If I search Bitter Coffee Eyes, nothing comes up.
because I was singing. Oh, I found it.
Oh, you found it?
I found
Oh,
it.
here it is. Yes. By Astrid Lundberg.
Yes. So
There's no spam burger.
what I
but-
want you to do is go to like the last 30 seconds of the song.
Okay.
And I want you and our listeners to just drink it in. Well,
Last
you know
30
what?
seconds.
Let's get a little bit of a vibe.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm catching it. Yeah, I'm catching what we're putting down here. Oh,
Okay. So it's very,
okay.
hey, I made this in my kitchen.
Okay.
Right?
Pro Tools 101 right here. Intro's too long. Right away.
Way too long.
Right away.
It's like she's making up the words as she's.
It's like a weird Mad
Yeah.
Lib.
Because the guy on the Casio is like, come on, sing something.
Looking at her. And she's like, I
don't
wasn't ready. Okay, I'm going to the end. What do we get at the end here?
So there's part of the
Okay,
song
turn
that
your
I've been
bitter coffee eyes on
singing.
me.
I've been singing this all week to Michelle.
Bitter coffee eyes.
But I think the notes should go up.
No, I like your arrangement better. I like
Right?
your arrangement better. So you've just been walking around.
So I get to about your bit, and then Michelle's like, stop.
You gotta stop with this.
And then I'll go into, why does she not change it up at the end? There's such an opportunity.
Well, and it's a bit of a dirge. Like, you could easily, like, doze off during that. It'd be, mix it up. Come, go up with it at the end there. Yeah, come with something, come new and fresh.
I was waiting for it, and no, nothing. So,
No, I like it. I like where you're headed.
Nailed it.
Welcome to the new singing podcast, Bitter Coffee.
Can you tell that now that I'm in grad school, I'm a lot better at research? Because I'm starting to feel it. Mm-hmm.
Listen, there's benefits to grad school. Mm-hmm. Research, definitely a primary.
So, I mean, I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to confirm or deny that song was probably written for our show. Thanks, Astrid. Whoever and wherever you are.
Wherever you may be. Mm-hmm. She's dead now, so no big deal.
Gone too soon.
Gone too soon. Hashtag.
Wait, is she really?
No, I have no idea.
Oh,
I'm assuming not. The photo here, it looks as though she might be 19. So
yeah, she looks like a sullen teen.
I'm hoping that she's living a wonderful life. Well, hang on. All right, listen. Spotify is here for a reason. They do what they do. The About just has how many listeners listen to her Spotify.
How many listeners, including me?
22 monthly listeners.
Okay,
to our friend Astrid Lundberg.
So since September,
who wrote
I guess
the Bitter Coffee
19 of those are probably me. And then Astrid. And then the guy playing the casio in her kitchen.
Her mom. So, I mean.
But her mom only listened to it once. She's like,
that's
that's good, dear. I like
true.
that. Mm-hmm. I think the people who like the Bitter Coffee Ice song are the people who like dark chocolate and black licorice, right? Like that's her demographic.
So again, reach out if you enjoy both. If you all three of those really ring your bell in terms of Astrid Lundberg, huge fan.
Licorice.
Black licorice, yeah.
Or is known in the Netherlands. Licorice.
Correct. And dark chocolate.
And dark chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Changing the world one episode at a time.
Astrid, if you're listening, do you like black licorice and or dark chocolate or both? Because I'd love to find out.
Email us, Astrid.
Email us at the email address that neither of us know the password for.
Oh, no, I changed it.
Oh, you did? Okay,
yeah,
great.
It's the same one as the Libsyn.
Got it.
So everything's the same
Perfect. Look at you, bittercoffeepod@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach out to us. I still remember what the email address is, though I have not looked at it in 2 years.
Nah, you did the important part. Thanks for doing the heavy lift on that. I appreciate it. Speaking of sponsors, I want to make an announcement that we have a new sponsor.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Are we wrapping this up?
I think
Feels
so.
Like
we've
are.
hit on everything we could possibly talk about.
All right. So I want to thank the Polarity Foundation.
Of course, as always. Thank you.
When she is not fighting squirrel crimes in the backyard.
And being threatened by hornets. Empty threats, by the way.
Empty threats.
Empty threats from hornets.
When she's not fighting nature in one form or another, it is her generous podcast. Fuck. This is I'm trying to multitask.
Kelly is looking. Kelly was looking at a notepad,
I have a pen in my hand,
her phone, and trying to talk.
So you know what, Polarity Foundation? Thanks for the podcast.
Thanks for the generous podcast. Fuck. We appreciate it.
Thank you for your generous black walnuts that make this podcast possible. I also want to thank Doggy Styles Pet Grooming. They are located at 925 Roosevelt Highway in Colchester. Call or text them at 802-654-7387. And I wish there was like some kind of like fanfare or something we can do. Do we have fanfare?
I have the air horn. Would you like the air horn?
Yeah, let's do the air horn.
Okay, so who do we have?
Our new sponsor is Green Mountain Foster Bikes, giving rebuilt and donated bikes to foster kids in Vermont. They are located at 10 North Main Street in Vergennes. Also the home of Little City Cycles, a place to find your new friend in a magic bike. Reach out to them at 802-877-3000. ask for Tanya or Tim. Tim and Tanya, thank you so much.
Tim and Tanya, Bikes for Foster Kids. If you don't get in touch with them and see how you can help, we feel bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to go as far as saying stop listening to the show, but we know what we're getting
No,
at.
but maybe take a minute. Maybe take a step
take a
back.
breath, reassess yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Derek, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly.
As per usual, this has been a ton of fun.
Enjoyed the heck out of it. Thank you for braving Best Buy. Thank you to Tim Chang for the Chang Report. Hopefully he'll be back on the show again.
Thanks, Tim.
And this has been great. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you. We will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.